we went inside the Pianoverse, and today we're going to go maybe across the Pianoverse, and then maybe in another live stream we might go beyond Pianoverse. Checking out right now, it looks like this is the rich modern jazz preset, and this is using the Concert Grand YF3. So this is like a Yamaha. I think it's a CF3, but it's just got that unmistakable Yamaha sound, that brightness. One of the things that I hear a lot of talk about regarding Pianoverse is the number of velocity layers and such, and they have what they have called a just noticeable difference. And they use the sampling robot to get the consistency between the velocity layers. And I think they try to record it when you can hear the difference in what the dynamic changes. When that dynamic changes is when they would record another note. And I think they said some of the pianos have over 7,000 samples. So some pianos might have 14 dynamic layers, some would have 20, some might have less or whatever, but it's just getting the tone. So let's go back to the Yamaha Concert Grand. And this is Yamaha CF3, I think. Yeah. So let's just look and see where we've got this Yamaha. We've got this Yamaha in this modern jazz space, and we can crank this up. And I think the spaces are just a result of IK Multimedia's really intense love of convolution. They've come out with all of these reverb plugins that are a part of these famous studios. I think they've got the Fame plugin and then the Sunset Sound. I think they've got a plugin that emulates those studio rooms. So this is kind of an extension of that. And I've got it turned all the way up here. Yeah, I was playing this kind of like a little bit yesterday. Let's see, let me turn it. I want it just enough where I can kind of feel the room. And the space just gives it enough of that ambience, because without the space, you just have that dry. And I think that is one of the reasons why they recorded this dry, is that they can put this in any space. So you don't have any kind of a decay, so to speak, because it's just as dry. You've got a little bit, but not too much. But I love it being able to put it in these spaces because you can just put it virtually anything. Yes, Steph. Wilma! Yeah. And then you can adjust that. And some of the spaces are more complex as far as what you can do. That sounds really nice. Let's go to Studio C, and we can hear a totally different space, and this is still using the same piano. And this is a lot. It's a little tighter, with a little less release, but it's warmer. and I can kind of hear when I'm kind of hitting it right there, just kind of hitting the top of the velocity range there. But it's got a nice warmth to it. And then we can go to the piano mechanics, the master, and crank up the velocity curve a little bit more, where it gets into the higher range. Yeah, that's all the way. That's like the triple forte, I guess. And so I just like to adjust that velocity curve a little bit convex. Just push it out a little bit. Let's go ahead and pull up another piano while we're here. Let's go ahead and do the New York Steinway. And let's go back to the modern jazz preset for that. Let's see what space they put this in. Oh yeah, so they put it in that vintage studio space. Again, now let me play the low notes on this one, and we can kind of compare. Yeah, I feel like that. I feel like I get to the top velocity levels very quickly here. So I'm gonna just play it soft, and then we'll just go up loud. I'm gonna mute the mic so you won't hear the key thump. So here we go. Yeah, so I feel like I'm getting to that triple loud pretty quick there. And then the other thing about the Steinway, it's got this nice, not perfect type of thing. And Kenzoku, yes, I think I'm gonna, yeah, I will. We'll do some, little bit of the Bösendorfer. Yeah, this has got a little warmer sound to it. And I think the New York Steinways lacquer the hammers a little bit to make them a little firmer. That's why you kind of get a little more attack on those hammers. And the space, let's take it back to Studio C and just have something to compare it with with that Yamaha in the same space. Yeah, listen. Before I get too crazy, let's go to the theater. I think the theater is like one of my favorites, and we'll do. Turn the space down just a little bit. Let's go back to Vintage Studio 2. See, look at that. We can just go into the like a multiverse of pianos. Yeah. Sorry, I came back. I came back. I got a little lost in studio. I got lost in Studio C. Yeah. But you can see one of the things, I guess, that those releases like that yeah. Yeah, I think hey Nigel. Yeah, I think I played a little bit of that, but let me do it with the New York Steinway. Let's find another place. Let's go let's go to another space here. Um let's go gee. I want to find something a little nice. And I think these let's go to Studio B. Okay, it was the vintage studio that I was in. Let's hear what yeah, this has got a nice effect. Okay, so yeah, so let's play a little bit of that, Nigel. And the spaces do put you in, uh, they put you in different moods, to, I guess. Wow, that's cool. Okay, yeah, Kinzoku. What kind of waltz? Let's see. I can. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see what we can do. Let's put the. Let's put this in the concert hall. Let's find the concert hall here. Yeah, it's just so much fun. Cathedral. Um, I think they have. Okay, the theater. The theater, I think, is the closest that we could get to a concert hall. So let's see. Now let's see. Let me decrease the space here, and darling, I held you so close in my arms. Angels were singing a hymn to your charms. Two hearts gently beating, one murmuring low. My darling, I love you so. So let's go to the Busendorfer, and I'll leave it in the theater. So let's go to the Busendorfer and load that up. And the if you look at the code, they put like a little code. They can't say that this is a Busendorfer such and such and such, but if you look at the B280 at the end, this kind of clues me into that this is based off of a Busendorfer 280 VC. Got all this stuff. So this is the natural. This is the natural grand. Yeah, Fred. The low end on it just lets it ring. I'll never forget the time when I played my first 9-foot Baldwin concert grand. I mean, it was like I sat down behind that huge piano, and it was like incredible. Yeah, so like that 9-foot, it just kept going. Harvard, good to see you. So good to hear from you. Good to see you. It's like I see your names in the chat, and it's just like you're right here. We're all right here together, experiencing these. It's just so much fun. It's fun. Yeah, Steph. The player does not come with the library, unfortunately. But it's fun getting inspired. I mean, I watch videos by, I think Spectrasonics has got some of the Keyscape sessions. Corey Henry, and it's just so beautiful. And Busendorfer's got its own unique signature. And this is dry. I think, let's see what we've got. I think we've got this in the Academy. Yeah, so the Academy is going to be kind of like a drier space. Now let's put it in the theater where we had the, what did we have, Steinway? Yeah, here we go. Let me mute the mic so you don't hear. Okay, we got a little Benny Goodman happening here. Let's go to the vintage studio. Let's go to that vintage studio. Oh, where is it? There it is. Let's go there. Yeah, is it Heinrich? Good to see you. Yes. So because piano tech to me, I think is fabulous because it literally generates the notes as you play them. It's not relying on samples, and so that's why I think sometimes you can tweak it and get some things that you can't get out of the sampled things. And I don't think that's really what Pianoverse is going for. And not to create something like an identical, representation of like the piano, the detail. It's the creative thing. It's to put you into these creative spaces. I love where these are taking us. And Jeremiah, good to see you. Yeah, so let's get into that. Is it Ricky? Yeah, so let's get into that. I think we didn't get to touch on a lot of the different. Oh, okay. So I was hearing something weird happen, and it was my sustain pedal. So variable sustain pedal was firing off. It was like sending a whole bunch of notes. And that's the other thing. This does respond to uh, like half pedaling and stuff. You know, sampling pianos is like taking a picture of a piano, and that's exactly what it is. You're taking an acoustic picture of a piano, pretty much. And so with all of this, Ricky, we've got pretty much they've just kind of poured in their experience with all of their T-Rax effects and all the different effects, and we've got two mic perspectives. And let's see, this actually is using the close mic, which is right over the hammers. And let's drop it down. We can choose a different mic perspective, and now this is using. Let's just go here. Let's just go here. So you can see you've got two mic sets. You've got one that's right over the hammers, and then you've got another one that is kind of uh, off to the side where the curve of the piano is. And so that's what we can choose from. I've just been using like the close mic for most of these. With the natural grand, I think that's what they're using. But let's switch this to the coincident pair that is more off to the side. Yeah, so this is more like an audience perspective mic. So that gives you a little different perspective. Is it better than Keyscape? Man, that is a loaded question because I use Keyscape quite a bit. I use Keyscape quite a bit because one thing with Keyscape is that because of the way Eric Persing and records things, it's just like they're looking at it like these are just like they fit right there in the track, you know. So that's why I kind of tend on some of my demo tracks and things to just drop Keyscape in there because it just works. And then with the effects and different things that you can expand with some of the other Spectrasonics, Omnisphere, you can pair Omnisphere with Keyscape and that kind of thing. So that gives you a lot of flexibility. I think what they've done here as well, we haven't even touched on any of the effects with this, but we've got all of these different synths. Let's just do this. I'm going to pull up one of these presets that might use some of the effects. So this is Diamond Studio. Let me pull that up and see. Hello, hello, dum, ba, dum. Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah, you got all kinds of different things going on. Okay, let's see what this stuff. Oh, that sounds kind of cool. Okay, what piano is this though? Okay, you hear that? That's my sustain pedal. So it has to be okay. Yeah. So when you look at the browser, it filters out. If you hear the, if you see the selected, it's only going to show you presets from that. And this is in that vintage studio. And then we've got a little EQ. Yeah, this kind of cuts through a little bit more. They've got a little EQ bump we can see in this EQ here, and they've got a plate and some different effects. Let's see where they've have the dynamic. Yeah, so that's pretty much. Yeah, so that's one of the things cool I think that they've done, Remco, is that you can buy perpetual licenses for each piano, or you can do the all access pass, like I think UVI has something like that. Um, I'm not a huge fan of subscriptions, other than that aspect there, where you can try it for a month and you have access to everything, and you can kind of just get a firsthand on everything. And so you can kind of experience it yourself. I think that is a great way to do it. And don't quote me on this, but there's been a lot of talk about possibly providing some kind of a demo. So that's kind of a cool thing too. Um, yeah, this is definitely that 280 VC. So let's get into some of the more creative. Okay, I'm going to just pull this one up at random. This is called Goodbye Stage. So it's going to use some processing. So I think a lot of what I'm finding is like what we just saw with the mic positions. The close mic position is going to give you a real tight feel. Let's just check this out, and then we can go through there. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, this is really processing things here. Yeah, so this is where we can look at some of the kind of some creative effects there. Wow. Let's pull up another one. Yeah, that's the pedal. Okay, so, and I'm trying to figure out a way, because it's a variable sustain pedal. If it just sends out a little bit, it just kind of it kind of takes some things away. So this is Green Planet. I've not ran through a lot of these presets, so we're kind of exploring them together. Yeah, see, the audio cuts out when it gets to near the end. Remco, I've been using for the past little bit. Oh, that's wild. I've been using a Casio PXS7000. Casio actually sent this to me to kind of use and try out and evaluate, and it's kind of crazy. This is a crazy. Let's just dive in and see what effects are going on. Yeah, we've got a saturation and these 3 insert effects. These are very creative effects. Oh, let's see. Well, that's wild. And see what space we've got. Yeah, we've got it on the red planet here. Well, let's get back down to earth. So, Kadium, let's see if what we can do. If we can just do a quick comparison of the three pianos, and so let's just go the three concert grands right now. So let's go back to the Yamaha, and let's just find the natural, and we'll load up the natural in the and just do a quick, mic position comparison, that kind of thing. So this is just the YF3 natural. Okay, so this is the yeah, that's the harp resonance that I'm hearing. So when we play something and we put the pedal down, it's going to bring the it's going to bring those resonances in. So I usually like to keep those about 25% or 40%. And let me see, Jeremiah. I'm going to just pull up my my content folder and Pianoverse. Okay, so I've got all four pianos in there, and I've got about 125 gigabytes. So the YF3, it's about 30 gigabytes per, yeah, it's around 30 gigs per each model. So the samples for the YF3 is like 29.4 gigs. So they're averaging around 30 gigs per piano. And let's see what where the mics are here. And this is the close mic again over the hammers. Let's switch those to the coincident mics and not changing anything. Yeah, I'm going to turn that the harp resonances down just a little bit more. And then we can adjust stereo width here. So this is with the coincident mic. And see, we can turn that width all the way down to 0 and just make it mono. But I don't like it mono. I'm going to push it all the way out to 100%. Now let's go back to the close mic. And that is more present in your... Now let's go back to coincident. Yeah, instantly. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's dry, man. It's very dry, and that's on purpose because it works with those spaces. So let's pull up the concert grand and go to that natural New York grand. We'll just do the same thing here and just go to that mix and see we're still kind of like at the basics of this. Just trying to wrap our head around the sound, the signature of it. let's see what the modeling is doing. Yeah, Harp Resonance a little bit. The releases are like at 10 o'clock. I do notice the New York Steinway is a little darker than the Yamaha. And let's go to the mix page and go to the coincident mics, or the AB stereo, and you can see a little bit of what that looks like. They've got the mics just kind of just right outside that that curve there. So let's take a listen. Let's get my pedal straightened out here. Yeah, that's very cool. Very nice. You know, I think it was from Handel. I know that my Redeemer liveth, and that he shall stand at the last day upon the earth, upon the earth. Yeah, getting a little, getting a handle on it. Yeah. Um, Yeah, so I was messing around with this, and I might link some of my test videos. It has what's called harp resonance in the model, and so what we can do, I'm going to turn it all the way up, and you can kind of hear it. You kind of hear it ringing out a little bit. Yeah, when I press the pedal, it kicks it in. But one thing is, I guess I'm thinking is if I let the sustain pedal go, it should dampen the string, so you shouldn't be able to hear it. Yeah, it still rings out kind of like. So it works a little differently than some others that I've seen. So normally the sympathetic resonance works when you're holding a chord down and and then you hit you're holding a chord down and then you hit a note. So that doesn't behave like. So it's just like an overall type of a resonant effect. Yes, it does. It does work with the variable sustain pedal, so you can kind of get like half pedaling types of things. So I can barely, kind of press in the sustain pedal, or I can go all the way, or go a little bit, just a little bit. Okay, let's go on. Let's go into the Bosendorfer and do the same. Yeah, see, I can hear this is I can hear it triggering. I wish it would like this. I guess the spring or something in it needs to go go all the way. Yeah, it would work for the resonance too, Ricky. So here we go, loading the Busen. This is the Busendorfer, and let's see what mix we have here. Okay, we've got the close mix. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so this is the close mic. So right over the hammers, right over the hammers. So that just is as close as you can get. And now let's drop it down to the coincident pair. And yeah, you hear that? It's like somebody's knocking on the door. Yes, Remco, yes, the Busendorfer is available. Yes. I'm just really liking just the unaffected sound. Let's just put a little bit of a convomorph on here just for grins. Okay, yeah, so that's unusual. But let's just go to let's just go back to that vintage vintage studio. But you find ones that you start to like. Let's see what's happening with this. Yeah, so I've got the yeah, still got the convomorph turned in there. So I think that's we've spent a lot of time going across the Pianoverse, and maybe next time we can go beyond the Pianoverse, and I can get into some more of the creative aspects. But the main thing is getting to know the sound of these pianos, getting to know how they respond and how they respond and how they sound. And I think the thing is they really took their time and recorded some really I mean, the quality of the piano recordings are great.